Hello Team FD and welcome back to Personal Mastermind. This week it's Darren Bent stepping up to the plate. Pressure's on as well. Some good scores posted of late with Hector Bellerin and Simon Francis currently behind the scenes at the Football Social. How are you feeling? Confident?
Yeah, I'm feeling confident. I'm looking forward to it. Always like a challenge, so I'm ready.
How well do you know yourself?
I think I know myself pretty well, but the way you've come to me about these questions, I'm a bit nervous now. So
Before we dive in, a couple of questions for you, maybe just to alleviate some of the pressure. Now, you've had a top-level career, and you've played in the Premier League, and you've played in the Championship, and now you're coming towards the latter stages. How tough is that transition from playing at the top level? So is it a change in mentality? I wanted to sort of get into your head in how you're kind of winding down your professional playing days.
The transition wasn't so bad, to be fair, because I kind of started off briefly in the Premier League with Ipswich Town when I first came through, my debut in the Premier League. But then I played a good solid, I think, 4 or 5 years in the Championship. Back then it was a nationwide League One. So going to the Premier League and spending such a long time in the Premier League, when I eventually did obviously come back to Derby in the Championship, it wasn't that bad. If anything, it was easier because the quality of the standard of football had got better in the Championship. Like if you look at teams now, they're playing football, whereas back then it was quite big lumps and it was just about tackling and heading. It was difficult. So the transition wasn't that hard, but obviously as you're getting older and you start winding down, it's been pretty easy, to be fair, because I've been doing more and more like TV stuff and a bit more commentating and watching games more. I think as you get older, you start to appreciate the game more and you start to watch it in a different way, rather than when you're playing and you're at your peak. You don't really care what goes on. You kind of just full throttle, 100%. Let's just go. But obviously, as you're getting older, you start to appreciate it more. You start to look at things a little bit differently.
The bigger picture. So what have you enjoyed most about these other various different things you've been doing, punditry and whatnot?
I feel like it's nice to now to watch games and comment on other people's games. And to be fair, at the moment you get a bit more spare time. To be fair, a lot more free time to watch many more games, talk about it, debate certain topics. Because obviously when you're playing, it's a difficult one, because if I'm playing for a certain club, it's hard to then talk about. Like when I was a kid, I was an Arsenal fan, but while I was playing, they're not going to ask me questions about Arsenal, talking about Arsenal or different clubs. So obviously when you're not playing and you've got these opportunities, it's always nice to talk about other clubs and debate what's going on, and it's quite exciting, to be fair.
Okay, brilliant. And if you could relive one moment from your career, what would it be? What was the apex? What was the pinnacle for you? If you could go back and sample that euphoria, Darren.
I mean, the first time I probably played for England, it's probably the big one.
Trying to warm up the juices for Personal Mastermind there, you better be.
Yeah, it's probably the first time I got that phone call from England and I put that shirt on and I was on that pitch. Like, I thought to myself, wow, like this is what it's all about.
Was there a feeling like, I have made it, this is
at the time
top?
At the time I couldn't really feel anything. I was that nervous, my legs were like jelly. Yeah. So at the time I couldn't really feel anything, but when I look back at it now, and obviously pictures I've got on my wall and different shirts and players I've managed to play against and play with, like I look back over the whole span of my career, good and bad, and loved every minute of it.
Yeah, so you feel satisfied with it in its entirety?
Yeah, I don't think you're ever fully satisfied. I think you always feel like you could have done more, could have scored more goals, should have got more opportunities, but listen, I will never grumble. Like, I was one of a fair few to be privileged enough to play something I love doing, and I'll always be happy and grateful for that. Prolific
most places you went, but where was that moment that you thought, maybe I could have done that differently, maybe I should have done more there? So you talk about not having any regrets, but is there a particular point where it's of an annoyance to you?
Yeah, there's bits. I mean, I remember being at Aston Villa and towards the end when I ended up leaving, like there was times where I weren't getting on with the manager and I ultimately left. And I always think to myself, like, maybe I should have done more in that period, like, because at the time I was just angry and thought, like, because I'd been flying anyway, I knew there wouldn't be a shortage of takers. But then I kind of took that for granted, because what I should have done, I loved being at Aston Villa. It was a fantastic football club. I should have done more there.
Interim captain there for a little while as well, wasn't
I was captain for a little while there as well. So what I should have done was maybe done a little bit more, really got my head down, worked really hard, forget what the manager was doing, like let him take care of that part, me just take care of myself. And that's probably one little thing that really like grates on me a little bit.
So shut out some of the noise.
Some of the noise, yeah, and just do what I'm doing, do you know what I mean? And to be fair, people told me that. I had good people around me that said to me, don't worry about him, just do what you're doing. But because I was so angry at the time, like, you couldn't really function, couldn't really get your head straight.
OK, well, I hope your head is straight for Personal Mastermind, sorry. Let's jump straight in. 2 minutes on the clock, please. Adam Templeman, are we ready? steady, go. How much did Charlton sign you for in 2005?
2.5 million.
Correct. How many goals in 14 appearances did you get for the England under-21s?
9.
Correct. How old were you when you made your Premier League debut for Ipswich Town?
17.
Correct. Who was your UEFA Cup debut against?
Helsingborg.
Correct. Outlandish one, that. Who did you score your first England goal against?
Denmark.
Incorrect. Switzerland. What tournament was your first senior goal in?
Senior goal. Carabao Cup. Oh, like the Carling
League
Cup.
We'll
Yeah.
give you that. In 2004-05, you finished Ipswich's joint top goal scorer with 20. Who was the other player?
Shifty Kuchi.
Correct. Flying here. What year were you the highest scoring Englishman in the Premier League?
2005, 2006.
Correct. Who was your 100th league goal against? What a landmark.
QPR.
West Ham.
Hold on, 100 Premier League goal. QPR.
All right, stop the clock.
QPR.
It always happens. We never go
QPR.
incident-free in an episode.
Do you know why I know it's QPR? Because I remember after that game we drew 2-2 and Villa put all 100 goals on the pitch, 100 balls and that.
Do you know what? We're going to have to research this afterwards.
Yeah.
I'll give you the point in retrospect. But my sources say West Ham.
100
so
Premier League goal, yeah?
100th Premier League
Yeah,
goal.
QPR.
Okay. Darren, I'll take your word for it. Next up on the agenda, then start the clock again, Temps. What manager said after you missed an open goal in the 90th minute? Yep. No need to finish that. You actually finished as Tottenham's top goal scorer that season with how many goals?
17.
Correct. What strike partner did you let take a penalty in a 5-2 victory over Wolves despite the protestation?
Cameron Jones.
Correct. Who did you score the fabled beach ball
Liverpool.
goal against? Yeah, easy. What year were you named Sunderland's Player of the Year?
09, 010.
Correct. What teammate have you played with the most?
Most clubs.
The most appearances, individual appearances. Tough one, this. Good, because you're absolutely nailing through the questions.
Alan Hutton.
Jim Magilton.
Yeah.
113.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
there we go. Who did you score your solitary Premier League hat-trick against?
Bolton Wanderers.
Correct. Who did your only Spurs hat-trick come against?
Oh, it was in the cup. Was Zagreb?
It was Zagreb. He's absolutely slaying it. When were you Premier League Player of the Month?
August in 2005.
Yes, and final question. When did you win the Victory Cup?
Oh,
Yes. Got him there at last.
99 or something? 2000?
Yeah, 99.
No,
99.
yeah.
How many seconds have we got left?
That was it, you got 1 second left.
1 second left. You've got through all my questions. It's the first time that's
many's that?
happened. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely
17.
battered it. 17. You've made mincemeat at a competition there, Darren.
Hector, thank you.
I'm absolutely knocked for 6. I don't know what to do. Probably should just wrap the show. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
See you on a Football Social in about half an hour's time.
Yeah.
Absolutely gobsmacked. If you like this sort of content, guys, like and subscribe. Hit that like button down there. Get in the comments who do you want to see us do next. And as ever, well, I don't know. I'm just going to go. I can't even outro it. Darren.